At some point in our lives, we all have a little back pain. We may not think of our young kids as having aches and pains, but it happens. And one source can be from the thing they take with them every day at school. Dr. Jocelyn Idema is an orthopedic surgeon with Steel City Spine. We're so happy to have you here to talk about the right book bags for our kids, because it is something that they all have.
Right.
And there's so many options out there.
Right, and we thought maybe with all the remote learning we might get to have a little less in our backpacks, but as far as my kids are concerned, that's not what happens. So,
do you see a lot of kids, a lot of families coming in the fall, in the early part of the year?
Not early on, because it's still kind of new, but usually around the October, November, once they've been carrying these pretty heavy things for a while, is when we start to see patients with neck pain, shoulder pain, low back pain. So just a couple of options to run through. So this one's a little bit special. This was actually from Germany when my kids were a little bit younger. It's a little more rugged. It's got a lumbar support, and it's actually got straps for around the waist as well. It's almost kind of like a hiking back-to-back to distribute the weight a little bit better.
I have never seen a backpack like this. It's like hard plastic.
It is, yeah. So it's lightweight, but it's also reinforced to be able to distribute that weight a little bit better.
So we were talking about, and I'm going to flip this around here, we were talking about the backside because a lot of the backpacks for younger kids will come with a sternum strap, and is that important?
The sternum strap really isn't that important. It's more so that the straps themselves are tightened well enough. You've probably seen kids where they wear it and the backpack's hanging more towards the bottom of their body.
Yep.
So they're really either being pulled backwards. They need to have those straps really nice and tight, and then just whatever you can do to unload your bag as much as you can. The middle school kids should have lockers available, but the younger kids, if there's an ability to keep some of the stuff at school, obviously try and do that.
Now, we have probably a more traditional book bag here.
Yes.
Multiple pockets, very, very long, and I've noticed this too. They come in different heights when you're buying them online.
Correct. So you should really size them to your child. So this is my son's backpack. So he's 13. He's about 5'8". So this is pretty adaptable.
And I'm going to put this on, so just so we can kind of get an idea. Now, Ron and I were talking about this. This one's heavy too. We loaded it up.
We loaded you up. Yeah.
Okay.
You're an official 8th grader.
There we
now.
go. All right. So you're saying to make sure these are pulled tight.
Pulled tight.
So we want this sitting right about here on the rack?
Correct. Yes. Okay. Yep. It's about as high up as you can go. And the other thing is that kids like to do is just use that one strap.
Right. And so now what happens when we do this?
You're shifting all of that weight to your shoulder, and now your whole back is taking it on one side. And so you're going to compensate and lean towards the other side.
This makes me feel of like the baby on the hip.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. That's why they invented those nice little carriers.
And so what you should look for is something that would wrap or buckle here around the waist.
If you can find it. Almost all of them are more like a hiking backpack that have that around the waist. But again, anything that'll redistribute that weight so that it's not pulling directly down on you.
So what do you see if kids are coming in from the weight of the book bag being too much? What kind of pains, injuries, what should parents be on the lookout for if they're starting to notice anything?
They will start to complain. They'll come home, they'll drop their backpack and just kind of, man, my back, my neck, my shoulders. You can always start, again, trying to unload the backpack, but if not, have them come in and see me. We can at least talk about appropriate exercises that might be able to be instituted, and even talking to the school. Sometimes you can have a separate set of books at school and a separate set of books that you just keep at home, and that'll lighten the load as well.
I've seen more options for rolling book bags, but I don't know if schools are allowing them in the hallways, but that to me seems like an option.
It's an option. It's not a cool option.
Right. Okay.
So
and we have to think about that too.
It is. I mean, you could have the best of intentions go to buy these things, and they are a little bit better than the backpacks, but again, you're going to be dragging them, and if the kids don't want to use them, then it's a waste.
Then it's a waste of money. Thank you so much, Dr. Idema.
Thank you.
We want to mention too that Steel City Spine has 3 locations in our area: Pittsburgh, McKees Rocks, and Washington. For more information, you can go to our website. We're going to have a link for you there. Still to